The moon. Most people look up in the sky at night and see the moon out there floating. Just showing in all its magnificence. The moon been hit by asteroids and all kinds of craters and stuff. And they don't make significant dents. They'll make little small dents, but it doesn't go in no deeper than any other asteroid or thing that hit it. I'm yawning because I can't sleep. I'm still a little upset over my Uncle Mel dying, so y'all gotta bear with me. But there are no real deep dents in the moon. Under President Obama, they shot nukes at the moon. Oh, yes, they did. And it hit the moon. And they rang like a bell, like the moon was hollow. Yes, it did. If you don't believe me, look it up. Everything I be telling you, I'm going to tell you the truth. And all you got to do is research everything that I be saying. And you're going to find out, oh, this nigga ain't lying. You go back years ago. When I say years ago, I mean like thousands of years ago. There was no moon around Earth. Wasn't no raindrops or none of that. It was just fog. When the moon appeared, then the currents of the water started moving different. And the mist would float up to the sky and come back down as raindrops. If you don't believe me, look it up. See, I know what I'm talking about. The moon is hollow. The moon ain't natural. It was sent here. The Watchers. They used to live on the moon. And there's probably some still there that's watching. That's why you see all these orbs or these UFOs and all this stuff. That's coming from either inside the Earth or the moon. If you don't believe me, just look into what I'm saying. And I'm going to keep saying that during this post that I'm putting up. Because I'm trying to get y'all to understand. The moon is hollow. The moon follows the Earth in a certain circular orbit that is calculated, if you want to say that. It ain't natural. The moon has made the earth into a more habitable land. Because it used to be hard to live on earth. With all that missing stuff, people's sinuses, people dying and dropping off. So the moon was sent to let man live longer. And there are beings on that moon. That's why when man said he went to the moon and all this stuff, then they never could go back. I don't know if they was lying or not, but I know one thing. If you could go to the moon once, you could go to it twice. But if you did go to it, why didn't you go back? Someone must have told you, don't come back over here. If they actually made it there. I believe the U.S. space landing. Now, this is just my belief. I may be wrong. I believe the U.S. space landing on the moon is a hoax. Why you ain't never go back? I don't think nobody's gonna land on the fucking moon. Because the moon is not, and I repeat, it's not a little satellite. The moon is almost the same size as the Earth. The moon is not considered a planet. They call it a moon. Like Saturn has moons. All these other places have moons. But we call the one that circles our planet the moon. That is not a satellite. That's a damn spaceship. I wish somebody could come out here and prove me wrong. Because I'm a pessimistic ass dude. I don't trust much. And I vibrate high vibrations. So I question everything. If I don't know if it's true or not, I probably won't speak on it. But this is something I know. That moon that y'all look in the sky at every night, that I look in the sky at every night, that moon is a spaceship. And it was built just the right size to where its gravity will pull on the earth. That's a mothership that's just sitting here just to watch us and see what everybody doing. Because they're watching every last one of us. They want to make sure we do right. Politicians, Don't think, let me say this right. People, don't think because you live a long life that you've done something right. Sometimes they just keep you here so all your sins could be seen. To all the Christians, the Jews, and all my Islamic brothers, y'all realize that Jesus died young, right? Yeah, 33. Yeah, he died pretty young. Maybe he was 33. That's what I was told. That's what I studied and found out. But he died as a young man. And he was the only one that didn't get in trouble. People used to try to put him in trouble. You know, they'll try to demonize him and make him to be a bad person. The Scythians, or the Khazars, or as you call them, the Jews, they like to say he was put in a pot of hot feces. Basically saying he balled and shit. That's not true. He just was too good for the world. And most of y'all be thinking that, oh, these are God's people. These people, most of them don't even believe in God. So how can they be God's people? They don't study the Bible. They're not rocking with God. These people are atheists. But I ain't come here to talk about that. I came to just give the story about the moon. The moon is a spacecraft. If you don't believe me, do your research. You find out. The moon is not like they try to tell you stories like, or an asteroid hit the earth. So the moon is part of the earth. It just, or a piece that was broke off. And now it's by the gravity of the earth, it circles the earth. Bullshit. People was living on this earth so long before the moon even came. And they tell stories about a life without the moon. Like I said, the earth was foggy. Wasn't no rain. When the moon came, that's when the flood came. Now I want all y'all to listen to what I just said and prove me wrong. Because I guarantee you I ain't wrong. When that flood came and Noah, he got all kinds of different names, but I'm just saying Noah because that's the most popular name for him. When that flood came, and Noah built that ark, that was because the watchers and the moon was coming. And certain watchers just couldn't keep their hands off men and women. See, they like to tell a story like the watchers, they just love women. No, they had female watchers too, who just love the beauty of men. People say younger dreads. All right. I ain't gonna say yes or no on that because I'm still studying to find out. People say younger dress. I don't think it was younger dress. I think it was the presence of the moon showing up to where all that fog just gathered and came down and rained. And the moon was sent closer to make it rain. Because these basically aliens, in case you don't know, let me break down alien for y'all. Aliens are something that's foreign to your land. That don't mean they different. If you notice when people come over here, well, I'm in America. When people come over here to the United States, we call them aliens or illegal aliens. They because they're not from this land. That don't mean we different. All that means is that you foreign to this land. So the aliens came down to earth, but they love the species so much that they couldn't keep their bodies away from them, and they wasn't supposed to be mating with these creatures. Esau, I done told y'all about Esau, but Esau loved mating with foreign creatures. You ever heard about Sodom and Gomorrah? They seen them foreign creatures, and they just want to sleep with them. That man even offered his daughters in order to leave them creatures alone, the foreign creatures, the aliens. But the men did not want to be with his daughters. They just wanted to sleep with them creatures. And when I say creatures, I ain't saying it in a disrespectful manner because we are all creatures. Only one who is not a creature is Yah. He's the creator, not the creature. But they came down and they couldn't keep their hands off men and women. A lot of people that they slept with, Yah was mad over that. So he cursed them to the sea. That's where you get mermaids from. And not every mermaid is a woman. There are some male mermaids. And if you think mermaids ain't real, prove me wrong. Because I've seen enough proof to know that they do exist. because they've been cursed. The moon wasn't sent here. Well, let me say it right. I just said that wrong. The moon was sent here. It's not natural. Although I love looking at it in the sky, I'm not fussing against it because I don't think my father do anything wrong. If God put something into existence, he mean well. Now it's us who would try to manipulate and change things and try to do it to our will. See that moon? Look at it and study that moon. Look as deep as you can and study as much as you can. Then come back in my comment section and tell me if I'm wrong. By the way, Cash App, William Money 7. The more you give me Cash Apps, the more I'm going to tell you what I learned. I'm getting old now. Can't work like I used to because I'm about to start a restaurant. But it's a lot that I've gathered over the years that I could tell you about. Because I'm a nerd. All I do is study things. If I have a question about something, or if I feel something ain't right, shit, I'm just go to studying. Because I want to know. And I done learned about that moon. That moon ain't natural. It's a fucking spacecraft. If you think I'm lying, prove me wrong.